evening, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. I am Sikis, and we are back with another episode of my stream. I'm gonna play some Breath of the Wild tonight. Kind of been roaming between games to wind up kind of being a tour of awesome stuff that's on the Switch. The Switch does have a lot of awesome, good stuff, and this is the very first awesome thing for the Switch back in February of 2017. Is that when this came out? 2017? I think so. Yeah. Boy, it's been a while already. This is an awesome game. I've played it all the way through. I've started a new profile tonight, so we'll have a brand new game. But before we jump in, I actually want to show you some of the other stuff that might be coming up here. This is all stuff that I've downloaded, so it's just ready to go on the system. A couple things have cartridges. These two do, so does Mario Kart. Actually, these four do right here, along with Zelda, and then I downloaded everything from there. But yes, we've got a lot of stuff that we'll get to eventually. I think I'm probably going to play some of this on stream because I'm very close to finishing 10. I've never finished 10 before. Very close to finishing it, and I definitely want to. So maybe playing it on stream would, get me over the finish line there. And I'll probably play some Diablo eventually too. All right. Anyway, let's jump into it. I haven't loaded the game up because since this is a new profile, as soon as I jump into it, it's going to start the cinematics. So that's why we're here and why I wasn't already in the game as I usually am. All right, let's do it. This is also going to be just a standard new game. I'm not doing the master quest thing. I don't enjoy getting my ass kicked for hours on end.
Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Wake up, Link.
All right, there we go.
That is a Sheikah slate. Take it. It will help guide you after your long slumber.
Okay, gimme. Here's your Wii U gamepad. Now, I know this game was originally in development for the Wii U. I can't remember if it was supposed to be a launch title. I don't think it was. Um, but it was supposed to come out like in the Wii U's standard life cycle. Instead, it kicked off the Switches, which, hey, no problem there. It was an awesome way to start the Switch, and I think probably what really sealed the deal as, oh my god, Nintendo has a hit system here. This was kind of the I don't know. It was the proof is in the pudding. This was the proof, uh, and the I guess the hardware was the pudding. That here it was that you've got this console now that, in my case, I treat the Switch as a home console that I can also take with me if I want. Um, so here I've got this home
Hold the
quality
Sheikah
game
slate up to the pedestal.
that when I
That
leave,
will
or if
show
I
you the
just
way.
don't want to play it on a big TV, I can do it. But so yeah,
Link,
there was the initial.
you are the light,
Yeah, come on.
our light, that must shine upon Hyrule once again. Now go.
One of 3 lines of dialogue in this game. That's an exaggeration. There's not a lot. Anyway, so there was the initial awesome factor of the Switch hardware, but then the fact that there is this amazing freaking launch title. That was everything. Like, watch this. This is awesome. How about that? I'm not controlling this, by the way. I ran him up there, but the rest of this is all just cinematic awesomeness. The crazy promise about this game that I didn't expect to be fully fulfilled, but it is. That everything that you can see here, everything, all of this, you can go to. It's all in the game. It's not like, oh yeah, you're just limited to this little area and that's all background. No, no, no. We're gonna go everywhere. Uh, yeah, and you can't even see all of this. This is one part of the map that you can see here. There's an entire desert over there that we can't see. There's a whole like snowy mountain thing over there that we can't see. There's stuff behind the castle and a big forest. There's a whole area over there by that volcano. There's just tons of stuff. Okay, let's put some duds on. Really, something else I just really love about this game. I just picked up that stick. That's my weapon, and that's how you get stuff. And I whacked it against that tree, which I shouldn't have, and now it's a little bit damaged. So I'm going to grab another one. If I could catch one of these squirrels, I could kill it. Don't think I care to run around after them too much, but like if I had a bow and arrow later in the game, yeah, absolutely, just whack them. Get a little squirrel meat, cook it up, eat it. Can climb this. Later on in the game, when I have more stamina, if I wanted to get up that mountain, in a game like Skyrim, No, that's not going to happen. There's really nothing that I could really jump on and jump glitch my way up here. But in this game, just climb it. You can climb up the whole thing, and it's just dependent on is that green meter going to run out by the time I get there. It will, so we're not going to.
Link,
Yeah. You want me to go talk to somebody?
head
I
for the
gotcha.
point marked on the map in your Sheikah slate.
So that kind of hand-holding crap is done after a very short time here. Um, after we go, where'd that feller go? Oh, he's down by his fire now. After we go talk to that feller, uh, we're gonna get some quests to. We're on an island right now, actually. It's kind of hard to see at the very edge of all those trees that you can see, kind of in our immediate foreground here. There's a wall, and that wall is an island, and we're just kind of like way the hell up in the sky. This is the Great Plateau, I think. Yeah, not an island; it's a plateau. Um, and we're gonna do some intro quests, like here's how the game works on this plateau, and there's just a little bit of hand-holding to start that off with, um, but it's not hand-holding through the entire plateau. And then after you're off the plateau, you're really on your own. There's there's nothing stopping me as soon as I'm off this plateau, which we'll probably get through it tonight. As soon as I'm off of here, there is nothing preventing me from going straight to the castle from here and attacking Ganon with 3 hearts. People have done it. People have succeeded. I'm not going to. I don't want to. You can do the game however you want. I'm just an old fool who has lived here alone for quite some time now. What brings a bright-eyed young man like you to a place like this? Where are we? Answering a question with a question. That is fair enough. As I cannot imagine our meeting to be a simple coincidence, I shall tell you. This is the Great Plateau. According to legend, this is the birthplace of the entire kingdom of Hyrule. That temple there. Long ago, it was the site of many sacred ceremonies. Ever since the decline of the kingdom 100 years ago, it has sat abandoned in a state of decay. Yet another forgotten entity, a mere ghost of its former self. I shall be here for some time. Please let me know if I may be of service. Which means, go look at the thing. Well then, just help yourself to that torch there. And how, may I ask, are you planning to use it? To set things on fire. That is rather unnerving. Please be cautious with that around any dry grass that might catch fire. You know, there are plenty of monsters in this area. That torch would make a good weapon, if need be. However, do not just swing it around without purpose. You must face your opponents and lock your sights on them. Yep. Alright. Here's what we want. We're going to steal this axe. Okay. Now, something notably not in this game, but I'm actually glad that there isn't, because it would have just added way too much that would be completely unnecessary. There's no kind of building or mining in this, or really harvesting. Give me my thing. Okay, give me a new weapon. I take that. Been playing too much Fortnite. I was trying to use the trigger to swing. Oh, is this one of the spinny axes? Yeah. So with these double handers, if you hold down your attack button, you'll start to spin it. And later, when you've got a ton of stamina, that can be a really, really effective way to do a lot of damage really, really fast. You just stand at the feet of a monster and just spin your axe. Cut down a tree. Take that, tree. Pick up apples too, like we just did, and we can cook them, make them better, or we can cook them with other stuff. Bam! Take your stuff. Come here, you. Take that too. The first part of this game is basically hoarder simulator. Okay, so there's somewhere there's a shirt too. Can't remember where. Maybe on there. Let's go take a look. Think I walked in there yet? Nope. Hello, enemies. No? Nobody? Alright. Got any treasure? Mm, no. Doesn't look like much treasure. Pretty nice, calming game to play. When I was, after some of the early issues we had doing the Fire Emblem stream, just with that volume and my vocal volume, when I switched to new games, I just run a quick recording test to see how the balance sounds. And I was going to do that for this one, and I was like, no, it doesn't matter because there's just like background ambient stuff. Um, it's just a really nice game to listen to. I've actually, a couple of times, I've played this game while I've just been listening to podcasts. The other thing about this too is that, like, just running around here right now, it is not a waste of time. because I'm still getting materials, I'm exploring the area. A big part of this game is just, running around and looking at stuff, which sounds boring, but because of the, like constant resource gathering, I shouldn't say resource gathering, because that sounds like it's a harvesting thing. It's not. But just, like picking up loot and, the interlaced combat with some random groups of enemies here and there. It's very nice. And you can also make it a pretty challenging game too by modifying your gear, either do less damage or take more damage from the enemies. Or you can just go ahead and attack some of the harder to kill opponents, like the Lionels in the game. Uh, they they're crazy. They're hard to. So I think they're hard to beat no matter what gear you have. But that's because I'm just not very good at the timing. Um, my my reflexes like that aren't what they were. Oh, here's the ladder. I think that chest might be up top here. We're gonna come back here at the end. But there'll be something good up here now. This game usually rewards you for doing stuff like this by, having some kind of hidden item. Usually a Korok seed. Oh, that was bad. How did I not take damage there? Go a different way. Maybe just like see on that side. Yeah, here we go. I'll take that too, though. That ain't bad. Hey, what's up, little Sabatless? How you doing, buddy? Glad to have you here. What you cooking? Alright, let's see. I don't think I want to chance that fall again, but I might be able to just like slide down here. Yeah, there we go. Nice. I'm pretty sure there is fall damage in this game, but I don't want to find out. Although we're going to get something in a moment here that... Actually, will we get it in a moment? No, we'll get it at the very end of the plateau. We'll make that a non-issue. Okay, this is where we got the pants, right? Maybe? Whatever. I'm over it. Hey, you guys. I'm gonna come kill you. That's a bomb. Okay, gotta put that away before it burns. So, since that was wood, and it got next to a fire, it started on fire. And if it stays on fire long enough, it'll burn up. There's some steak. And that's on fire too. Okay. So what I'm going to do here... Oh, put that away. Let's cook some apples. Cook some shrooms too, actually. Let's do that. And we're going to drop them. To cooks them. And now, instead of healing me for, what was it, like half a heart before? I got an extra quarter out of it. And if I were to, let's see, the apples doing a half, I bet those are worth maybe 1 whole heart after I do this. Let's see. The real benefit, though, is cooking things in a pot, because then you can actually make some recipes. Okay, got an extra quarter out of it. That's a-okay. I don't have any arrows. That doesn't do me any good. Yeah. Or after. Yeah, I gotcha. Y'all got any more arrows? There used to be a great farming thing that you could do in this game. Not right here. It was more... Do I have a map yet? How is the map button? Yeah, here we go. Okay. So it's more like over here. But there's this big field that there's a bunch of mounted uh, Boko goblins or whatever the hell they're called. And they would shoot arrows at you, but they were really bad at hitting you. So you could just stand in one spot. They wouldn't hit you, and arrows would just litter all around you. Then you'd pick them up and stand still for a little while, and they'd litter some more. Like 900 arrows easy doing that. Love the aiming system in this game as well. Let me pick this stuff up, and then I'll... Yeah. Okay, so obviously right now I'm aiming around with the control stick. I zoom in, I'm still aiming with the control stick, but let's say I wanted to, let's go back to these rocks. Say the top here is a head, so I'm pretty close, right? But now I can use the motion controls. I can actually use motion controls to this whole thing, but I like to get close with the stick, and then motion control for precision, and then let her rip. Get wrecked, son. That dude on the tower was a narc. He would tell those dudes about my presence if I let him live. Alright, let's kill this one. And now, I get to unlock that chest. Since I killed all the Bokos. Bokoblin. Bokoblin? I don't know. I do have an inventory limit, so I can hold 2 more bows right now and 1 more weapon and 2 more shields. Um, you can expand that out by finding more Korok seeds. Here's the thing that you can cook multiple things in. So if I had kept those apples and mushrooms, I could have cooked them all together and made something better. Okay. You can do it. Ah. So you do this to unlock these watchtowers, which then you can fast travel to. And it also, I don't know if this one will do it in this area, but later it'll unlock the map for the area as well. Can't remember if it's this one or if you have to do something else for the Great Plateau to get the map. There we go. There's the map. So there's one of those in each of those little map sections that we were looking at just a moment ago. And once you climb it and do that, you get the map picture for the area.
Try to remember. You have been asleep for the past 100 years. The beast. When the beast regains its true power, this world will face its end.
That would be what
Now
we're up
then,
against.
you must hurry, Link. Before it's too late.
Okay. I think we're going to hear stuff from that old dude shortly. Um, we go. That's what we'll be getting later. This tower and others just like it have erupted across the land, one after another. It is almost as though a long dormant power has awoken quite suddenly. If you do not mind me asking, did anything odd occur while you were atop that tower? Well, now, a voice, you say? And did you happen to recognize this mysterious voice? I see. Well, that is unfortunate. I assume you caught sight of that atrocity enshrouding the castle. That is Calamity Ganon. 100 years ago, that vile entity brought the kingdom of Hyrule to ruin. It appeared suddenly and destroyed everything in its path. So many innocent lives were lost in its wake. For a century, the very symbol of our kingdom, Hyrule Castle, has managed to contain that evil, but just barely. There it festers, building its strength for the moment it will unleash its blight upon the land once again. It would appear that moment is fast approaching. I must ask you, courageous one, do you intend to make your way to the castle? I had a feeling you would say that. Here, on this isolated plateau, we are surrounded on all sides by steep cliffs, with no way down. If you were to try and jump off, well, no death could be more certain, or more foolish. Of course, if you had a paraglider like mine, that would be quite another story. Oh ho! Certainly, why not? But there is no such thing as a free item in this world, you know. Other than the shit I'm picking up on the ground, old man. Let's see now. How about I trade it for a bit of treasure that slumbers nearby? Okay, yeah. So, while we walk with this guy, let me explain the story of this game. There's so there at both points there's not much and also a lot. There's a lot of implied story in this game. Yeah. Okay. Structure: strange light, glowing exact moment. The towers rose up in the ground. Okay. So, let's see where to begin. So the story, that we just looked at, that castle, that's Hyrule Castle, and then running around it is Calamity Ganon. Uh, the voice that we're hearing is Zelda. I don't think that's much of a spoiler. It's called The Legend of Zelda, after all. Uh, and we, Link, we've been asleep for 100 years. The story that we'll eventually get throughout the game, which we're not going to play through this entire thing on stream. I don't know if we're going to play it again on stream. Might do it again next week. But either way, what we eventually learn is that Link and Zelda fought or were kind of gathering the troops to fight Ganon a while ago, 100 years ago. And then we got our shit wrecked, and Zelda had us brought to that place that we woke up. We were like in that like hyper sleep thing for 100 years while we like regained our energy, and we've forgotten everything. So the game is basically like the goal, the destination is to go to Hyrule Castle, beat Ganon, and free Zelda. Zelda, her spirit or what, I don't think she's actually there, but Zelda has been fighting Calamity Ganon in the castle, preventing him from uh, completely taking over the land, and she's kind of starting to lose, which is why she's saying to hurry up. She can't do it anymore. So the goal is for us to get there. The game is gearing up to go do that. It's beating some monsters to get more powerful, collecting gear, upgrading our items, all that kind of stuff. Um, to make that fight a lot more difficult, we can just go directly there after we're done with this plateau. But that's basically it. Then the implied story is kind of just like the journey, because the idea here is that we're kind of retracing our footsteps from 100 years ago, regaining our memories about what happened, and regaining our strength so we can go free Zelda. And then that journey is just kind of the implied story. But really, the TLDR is Zelda's in the castle. We've been asleep for 100 years. We're going to go save Zelda. Uh, that's about it. Then the miscellaneous lore of Hyrule and just the Zelda franchise in general gets greatly elaborated on throughout that journey. And there are a lot of really cool moments. But the story, I don't want to say the story takes a back seat to the gameplay, because that kind of sounds like the story just like either doesn't matter or is inconsequential or wasn't well done. And none of those things are true. But because the gameplay, how about this? The story defers to the gameplay. Um, Gameplay is the more important element here in this game. And ooh, what do we got here? Ah, yeah. That's from the DLC, that EX thing. Um, the, sto- the story defers to the gameplay because you can tackle this game in any order. Therefore, the story has to be really fluid and flexible so that it's not like, oh, you played it in this order, therefore it's not going to make much sense. It has to make sense in whichever order you go at things. So there are no quote unquote dungeons in this game, uh, as opposed to the typical Zelda games where you have like like the water temple, uh, for a legendary example. Um, in this game, there's these shrines, and they're just these mini challenges that you do. Do I have my thing yet? Oh, I have to go get it. Okay. Why am I hearing myself out of this all of a sudden? I don't like that. Hello? Nope. There you go. Ah, whatever. Okay, so these are like the huge concept from this game is just this physics engine that they built. Um, that we've got, this world that you can run around in, and objects on the ground. You saw those big metal crates outside, and they give you these little rune abilities. Like I just got this magnesis thing, which allows me then to grab these and move them as I'd like. We'll get other abilities throughout this plateau, like being able to freeze stuff, being able to stop time, that allow us to do some uh, different moves that can different challenges in the game. Hold on just 1 second. This audio is crazy. Okay. Do I still hear myself? Yes, I do. How about now? How about none? There. I have no idea what this setting was, but I don't like it. Oh, I'm still coming through on the stream though, right? Blah, blah, blah. Yep, okay. Sorry for the live mic test. Anyway, carrying on. All right. Gimme. Just use these to bash stuff through, like I'm swinging against it, knocking the stuff. And there we go. There's our first game over. All right. All right. Let's go. You and me. You and me. Yeah. Do I have anything else down there? No. Jerk. Okay. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say we're gonna have to build a bridge. Are we good? And there we go. We are through our first shrine. Some of them are that easy later on in the game, and some of them are quite difficult. Sometimes it's a combat difficulty with those little robots that we just fought. They come in all shapes and sizes. Some of them are quite difficult, and sometimes they're quite difficult puzzles, either with timing or just the physics of them. Some of these like monks are everywhere. There's one I should have played that whole thing through. We'll see more of them. And they all say the same thing, but then they like disappear into blue light, which is kind of neat looking.
Oh!
Give me your glider, Tubby. You got the spirit orb. Gimme.
Hmm.
Slow down.
Hmm. Hmm.
Highly advanced tribe known as the Sheikah inhabited these lands. The great power of their wisdom saved this kingdom time and time again. But their ancient technology disappeared long ago, or so it is said. It is interesting, however, to think how something like that survived all this time, hidden away in a shrine.
Hmm.
These shrines are tucked away in numerous places all across this land. On this plateau alone, I believe there are still 3 more. Bring me the treasure from each of those shrines, and I will give you my paraglider. That wasn't the deal!
Oh.
Oh, I suppose I changed my mind. I'm sure that won't be a problem for a young go-getter like you. Yeah, okay. Gonna tell me how to fast travel to the top of it.
Hmm.
Which, by the way, when I first played this game, I skipped right on through this, and I climbed that sucker again. It was a pain in the ass. What'd you make for dinner? There's a chest down there. So there's no real diving mechanic in this game, asterisk. Um, so when there's stuff like that in the lake, you gotta magnet it out. Open up. I'm gonna try and smash these again. There we go. I caught you a delicious bass. Shit. All right. That Hero's Path mode is pretty sweet. I don't know if you saw that in the corner of the screen. I'll bring it up again here in a minute. There you go. Hero's Path mode unlocked. So if you press X, take a look at what it shows you. Everywhere that I've walked. And this does like 200 some hours of gameplay. So towards the end of a run, you can just like look at this entire map and you can see where you ran. Nothing much, man. What'd you have for dinner? For like the third time.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
Old man teaches young kid how to use tablet. Okay, so what we can do here now that we're... Ooh, pizza. I got some DiGiorno that I'm gonna make later. Got some stuffed crust. Uh, I went to Target for some food yesterday to get some groceries, and they had stuffed crust DiGiorno, 3 for $9, which that's about the right price for DiGiorno. But I was just glad that I can get that many for $9 because usually they're like $7 or $8 here. Anywho, so I can click the those amber things I'm seeing. That those are the other towers that I need to go to. So if I look at this thing with that red dot, and then I hit A, I can place one there. One here. And let's see. Oh yeah, it's over there. Yep, there we are. Then that and that. There's another one. Those are more of the same tower that I'm standing on now, scattered all over. We're gonna have to climb all those eventually. And when I've started new games in the past, that is the first thing I do. It's the first thing I did in my first playthrough as well. Is I just went and I opened up all of the map, uh, not only so that I could see what I was doing, but also so that I had fast travel points unlocked because this map is freaking huge, and if you run across it, it's gonna take this game will take you centuries. Okay, so now that I've marked all those things, now we can go ahead and hop down here again. Give me the thing to get off the mountain. Nope. Guess we'll just have to hop down. Okay. Yeah. So you got those pepperoni ones. These are just the cheese ones, which I prefer to get some pepperoni pizza as well. So I just went to a different aisle and I got some of my own pepperoni. So I'm gonna make a pepperoni lovers pizza after this, I think. Yeah, man. Were you here at the top of the stream when I was going through my catalog of Switch games? Take that, skull. Let's see here. Sword. Okay. Man, these things. Avengers response. What was the Avengers response? I don't know what you mean, the Avengers response. Was I talking about the Avengers? I'm gonna drop stuff for that sword. Just get rid of that. Oh, yeah, I'll be getting it. We've talked about that before. That I don't like that they have kind of it looks like the B-listers in the game, but I think it'll be good enough, and I'm glad it sounds like they're focusing on Kamala Khan, on Miss Marvel. I think that'll be an interesting take on it. When does that come out? Next year or something like that? But what I'd ask you, that, yeah, all these games have been awesome. Were you here at the top of the stream when I went through my catalog of Switch games on stream before I jumped into the game? was actually thinking about playing some of the Spider-Man game on stream tonight, but I've been kind of thinking about doing this all weekend. Kind of excited to play it. Oh, well, let me show you, and any other viewers that might not have seen the top of the stream. Here's the other stuff I've got on the Switch. We have a lot of stuff to go through, and it's all really good. I think the only so I also had this Ninjago Lego game, and that one was bad. That was the first game on the Switch that was like actively just, why did I spend money on this? Um, Lego The Incredibles is good. I played a little bit of this one on stream. Not pictured here is Portal Knights. I have a license for that too, but I play that on my iPad instead. I think I might have a license for uh, Stardew Valley as well, but once again, I prefer that on the iPad. Anyway, lots of games to get through. And yeah, the PS4 Spider-Man. Okay, so now we got bombs, which we're going to switch to the... So there's square bombs and there's rolly bombs. Square bombs are nice if you're trying to set something up like this, because they're not going to roll away on you. Portal Knights is good stuff. Boom! Now this one, we're gonna load a bomb in here, and then it's gonna roll across. So a square isn't gonna work there. So we'll drop a circle one down there. Let's get back up so we can maybe see that get loaded in. There we go. I'm actually gonna... I don't know if I can cancel that. I don't think I can. Can I? Whatever. Okay, so what happened there is we drop this guy down, rolls onto the platform, that shoots it across, and then I blew it up. Let's see. How did this one get solved? I wonder if I was supposed to do that. Who cares? Oh, you know what we can do here? Let's launch ourselves. Haha. There's using the old noodle. Let me use that ball on, huh? That must have just been to say, like, hey, look, you can throw shit between these. Usually those yellow balls, you can put them in some kind of circle container thing, and they unlock something. So there's like 120-ish shrines in the game, and that dialogue is the same the entire time. Which is probably why there's a skip button. The EX chest up there. Cool. Might as well put that on. Since this is the one time in the game where it's actually okay to wear it, since it's only worth 1 armor. So the spirit orbs that you get there, you can use those to upgrade your hearts and your stamina wheels. There are 4, maybe 5 hearts to find in the game that you get from clearing dungeons. So you have to grind out the shrines if you want to get a ton of hearts. But annoyingly, if you complete every single task that there is to do in the game, you can wind up with full hearts or full stamina, not both. If you do hearts, I think after the DLC you'll be 1 or 2 hearts short of 2 full rows. And if you do stamina, then you'll be a wheel short. Yep. As soon as we are off of this plateau, we could go do any task in this game. We can go anywhere. The only time that, like sometimes things are pretty difficult to get to right away. Like you might need some better climbing gear to get something, but you can also go at it a different way. Like for example, between those 2 peaks over there, there's like 3 separate shrines, and the straightforward way is to just climb from the bottom up to each one of those, but that's not doable if you don't have 3 wheels of those these green wheels. You don't have 3 of those, that's not going to happen. So the other way that you can do it is just slowly make your way to the very peak, which you can do by climbing up the side over there where my head is. And then you can use the glider that we're going to get to just float down to each of them. So, yeah, they're all accessible. How easily accessible is kind of up in the air until you start doing some of the low-hanging fruit to upgrade your dude. See, he's here. So at night the dude will be here, and Or unless he's inside. Let's see what? Spicy meat and seafood fry. Okay, so we got peppers. We need to grab some seafood. So there is some bass that we can grab back from the water oops, over here. And then we cook them all together, and then he'll give us a warm doublet, which will get us to this cold area over here where we need to go for these things. To answer your question, do you want to go for hearts or stamina or medium build? You should, in my opinion, you should build stamina first. Max that out. Um, there are recipes that you can cook to give you increased stamina and increased hearts. However, the ones to increase your stamina are rarer to find. There's better uses for those items, uh, and stamina is such a pain in the ass because um, for example, when I'm running here, right, and that's using up my green wheel. If I use food to give me an extra temporary wheel, it'll eat that up and it won't regenerate like this does. And stamina is so easy to burn through that it sucks to eat up your temporary stuff. So that food is better used for when you're climbing some bullshit mountain like that in the horizon there, over here, to regenerate your stamina as you climb, versus hearts are just so easy to come by, and if you lose a couple, like what does it matter? Um, it's just easier to you can easily generate an extra 20 bonus hearts. So I can be walking in here with 23 hearts. Where's the cap at? 24? Yeah. I can have a ton of hearts that are all just temporary that wouldn't come back if I ate other food. So yeah, I think it's better to build stamina that you just have raw with you and then use bonus hearts. Take this, yeah, there we go. There's to get the Master Sword, you need to have 13 hearts, and I don't think temporary hearts count for that. I might be wrong. But the Master Sword process will actually kill you if you don't have 13 hearts. It's pretty cool. Oops. Stand and deliver. So I can go get that arrow that I misfired. Give me some food. What you got up here? Mm, okay. From here, think that one up top will be our next stop, but we have to go all the way around for it. So I think what I'm going to do is let's just teleport back here. We'll get the fish. We'll get that all taken care of. It's the old guy who wants this spicy seafood thing, and he goes to that cabin at night. So, gotta kill some time. Okay. Usually some fish in here. There are fishies. We'll climb that. Get up there. Okay. Any fishies over here? Come on, fishies, what the hell? Work with me here. I'll take you too. I don't think there's going to be any fish in here. I think it's deep enough, big enough. Probably not any in the swamp either. Oh, there's some chests over there. Let's go get those. How to get to them? Is that in the tree trunk? Turd. Yeah. There's a Korak seed. So that's the in-game reward for finding something sneaky like that. And that's you trade those seeds to a really fat Korok to upgrade your stuff. And he does a little naked dance for you. And then if you collect all of them, then he gives you a grand reward. A golden piece of shit. Wonder how you're supposed to grab that stuff. Or if you're maybe not supposed to be able to until later. Might be one that you're supposed to come back to, yeah. You get an item later, or an ability rather, that lets you jump way up. And I'm guessing you're supposed to use that and then parachute down to there. Alright, anyway. Where else can we go to find fishies? thought that was like the only. Just gonna saunter back over there, see if maybe there's any fish in there now. Um, this big lake that we dove into in the first place is the only place I've ever seen fish here. I think I have, do I? I just have that cooked one, which doesn't help. Yeah, there's one. You little turd. I will drown for you if I have to. Which I think I'm gonna. Woohoo! Really made that out. Coming back to you, you little turd. There we go. Grab another one. Come here. Yeah, this time we'll drown for it. No, once again. You little turd. Come here now. He saw what I did to his friend. Trying to herd him towards the shore. Go on, get. Get, boy. Where'd he go? There he is. Fishing right up onto shore. There we go. Oh, he's gonna get the smoke whether he wants it or not. Now we make our way back. I think there was a... Yeah. Let's go ahead and make this a hell of a lot quicker. So on Saturday, since your internet was broken, I played a little bit of Fortnite, but I did something that I haven't done in a while that I missed. I played like 6.5 hours straight of Fire Emblem. It was so good. And you guys thought I played that slow on stream. Uh, I did not make much campaign progress in that 6.5 hours. I was just grinding levels. Uh, I'm really doing some min-max work on the individual stats of each character, like just making them into machines of war, which has been a lot of fun. Raphael, I've turned into my next doo-doo. He's already at the point I'm on chapter 6 of the game, so I'm halfway through the first part. Um, and I've got to the point where I can send him in the middle of like 10 enemies. He will take no damage, and he will kill them all himself with his counterattack. Shit happens, dude. Let's hold. I guess that's not what he was. What did he want? Ah, raw meat. So I shouldn't have cooked them both. We will have to go get more fish. Do I have raw meat? Nope. We'll pick that up along the way and then we'll go get more fish. Whatever. Let us journey on to the blue beacon there, which is on that cliff. While I wander, and while Atlas is here, quick announcement about our upcoming streams. We were talking about doing our normal stream tomorrow, Tuesday, and then since we've got a holiday week this week, with Thursday being Thanksgiving in the United States, and then whoops, which way are we going to go here? With it being Thanksgiving on Thursday and then Black Friday, which many Americans regard as a national holiday, we're just going to take that the last part of the week off, and we're going to do shows Tuesday and Wednesday. But if you saw our show on Friday, we had a bit of a spot of a bother with Atlas's internet, unfortunately. His router or something just like totally conked out. And it didn't go super good. He luckily he was able to stay on, but he couldn't keep the stream up. So we're just going to cancel this week because he called his ISP and said, "Hey, internet don't work," and they're just like, "Nah, B, it don't matter." And they're not sending someone out until freaking Thursday, which, by the way, they're sending someone on Thanksgiving. That sucks. So yeah, his internet won't be fixed, unfortunately. So we're not going to do streams on Tuesday, Wednesday, and I probably won't do a stream here during that time either. So, trying to get the firefly, come here. Yeah. So I'm not going to chase fireflies all the damn night. So what I did before is I used just kind of bullshit what I had to do. I used the fire. There's individual log fires along the way here that you can light that'll warm you up. Otherwise, you'll die of how cold it is over there. Or you can grab that doublet that we were trying to do, and then it shields you from the cold. Which, where did he say I was supposed to go? Forest of the Spirits. So you know what? I'm awful, guys. We're just, I lied. We're gonna go take care of that doublet right now. I'm sorry. Let's bounce back over here. grab our meat. We'll grab our fish. We've already got some extra peppers. Make him some new food. Oh, yo, so I played a game of Fortnite right before I started streaming, and I got 6th place with 9 kills. I had a purple assault rifle and a purple sniper, and then a green tac. And multiple times I actually made some pretty good weapon switches that instead of just continually shooting with the AR, even though it wasn't the choice, I actually did switch to like the shotgun to pump them quick, and if they ran away, like I was actually doing really good at switching my weapons out. And there was a few moments of just like those hordes of enemies that just like keep coming at you. It's like, yeah, somebody just gun that guy down, right? Like, yeah, I can gun you down too. And I got like 4 in a row doing that. It was a pretty good round. You little turd. After you. Okay, there we go. Gotta kill those guys fast or else they put themselves back together. Let's drop that. Oh, that has cold resistance. Shit, I could just go through like that. Oh, whatever. Alright, let's try and find some meat. There we go. Shit. Were they gonna kill it? That would be great. Yeah, go get it. Kill that piggy. Damn it. Damn it. There we go. Come here, piggy. Squeal, piggy! Alright. Let's go kill his brother. Also, why did I not get the... Oh, you're asleep. Okay. Not worth. Where's the other piggy? No, you're not who I want. Okay, y'all got arrows for me. Where are you, piggy? Come on, piggy. Oh shit. Nope, 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 nope. Yeah, okay, so are we doing this? Yeah, that's... Okay, so we need that. And we need that. That was shitty. Be a dick. I get to that thing on top of his head. It's his weak spot. I don't know if I can shoot it. That'll do much. There we go. Let me on. Yeah, come on. Let's try this another time. Okay. Nope. Let's use this. I've got enough ability to do this. Try. Um, Bird. Stop being a jerk. Let me out. Need down here. I should get off of this stupid mountain here because it's really difficult for the pathing. Ah, jeez. Come on, dude, move. We're getting it. Stay on there, you stupid. Okay. Damn rocks. Okay. So we have the meat. Going the right way to go get the fish. Piggy! Come on, Piggy! Squeal, Piggy! Whee! Whee! Whee!
Hmm.
Any arrows here? Yeah, oh well. Oh, nice. Nice. Okay, let's grab some fishies. Make Mr. Picky his dinner. Hey guys, what's up? Terrible shot. Hey, look at all the fishies. Done. My damn sweater. Okay, there it is. I was absolutely shocked that they announced a sequel to this game. I Some podcasts I listened to had a few of them had said that this is a high point in the series and you're probably never going to get another Zelda game. Or some of them said that we're never going to get another Zelda game like this, which I agree with. At the time, I agreed with. But a sentiment that I heard a lot more was, how could they make anything other than this ever again? And I was like, because this probably took a lot of time and effort. I don't think we're going to get something else like this. I was shocked when they said that we were going to get exactly that. There we go. Now, we'll wait until night when the dude should be back. We'll give him his food, and we'll be on our way. Hello.
Oh. Huh. Hmm. Hmm? Hmm.
He knew it was called the meat and seafood fry. He forgot that it was made with seafood. The one damn fish that you can get on this island. Plateau. So there we go. Now we can just go ahead and walk into that cold area and it's not going to do us any damage. Atlas, when are you going to get a Switch and play this for yourself, huh? So what I did the first time, my very first playthrough of this, I grabbed the fire from that camp down there with my torch. And I hustled that over to this fire. There's another fire thing right there. So I would basically, I had to gather a bunch of food and then make it to each of these uh, to warm up a little bit, and then I would eat more food to heal the health that I had lost, and then do a desperate plea to make it to the next one. I did that all the way up there. And then later I read that, oh, you can just go ahead and grab the doublet if you make him some food. And I thought, well, god damn it. No, there weren't any good Black Friday deals on Switches really at all. I think because they're just selling super good and Nintendo doesn't need to do it. Um, but there were some bundles around here where it was basically the standard price for the Switch, but then you got a free game with it. Okay. Okay. Um, Probably have to wait until I get the easy one to do that. I wonder what's out there. Yeah, I mean, like a free game is nice. Some of them can be kind of expensive, but still, like on a $300 system, I'd rather have the discount on the system. The system on the cheap, and the games will come later. On guard. Okay, let's see here. Kind of going for the yellow one and not intending to, but at this point, that's way closer. Third. Guess I should attack those from afar. Okay. Um, here. Oh, great. It's a different way. So I'm gonna kill these things to get them out of my face. Come here. Come here. There we go. That'll do. Hooray! Hello. Turd. Getting close. Well, that's tragic. Luckily, these guys have weapons. But I did not let them retrieve. Take your meat. Don't want that. There's the place. I'm good over here. Alright, hopefully this gives us the ice thingy. Yeah. So the bombs are nice, and it's nice that they're just free, that you have them all the time. Um, and the magnet thing I probably use the most, but this one is by far the most useful. Make a platform as long as there's some water. And you can climb it, and away you go. You can even put it right underneath you. Lift yourself up. And you can have, I think, 3 of them up at one time. Like in this case. I'm going to put this right under here to lift up the gate. go. Ooh, grab that. Yeah, worth since I'm running out of weapons after that big guy. One more. Okay. Ooh. Meh. I mean, really good for later. Not very helpful for now. Well, okay, super helpful for now, but it would be a total waste to use them now. But those are arrows that when you shoot them, they blow up. And they do a shit ton of damage, and they are incredibly good against bosses. There are bows that you can find that shoot 3 arrows at once, which it doesn't use 3 ammo. By using 1 bomb arrow, it shoots 3 bomb arrows. That's when you want to use those. Not when you have a weak-ass 4 damage bow against stuff that dies with 1 hit anyway. Although I suppose those would have been pretty good against that stone talus that we fought. Either way, waste. Have to walk around that. So in Fortnite, since I bought that triggerfish skin, have not taken it off. I'm a fan. I wish they'd bring fish stick proper back into the store too, but I'm glad to have triggerfish. Also, I don't know if it's a component of his skin or his back bling. But when I kill somebody now, I get this weird little jingle that plays. It's kind of fun. Hello there. This is higher up than I thought. especially since I was considering jumping. I'm glad I climbed. Way further than I thought it was. Probably good now, though. Yeah, so, yeah, if you buy fish stick, then all of the other fish stick skins, except for Triggerfish, the one that just came out, except for him, you'll get all the other fish stick ones, because they were all styles. I don't know if you got my text before the show, but Elmira is in the shop right now, which is female Castor. Also, the Mecha Team Leader is back, so the pink swords that I have are in the shop too, if you're interested in those. But yeah, pink swords and then female Castor. Yeah, Fish Stick, DJ Bop, Far Out Man. Those are the last ones. Okay. I don't much care for this ability, but it's the secret behind a lot of the bullshit physics exploits in this game, where you can like launch yourself across the map. Because if you, like when these balls roll down the ramp here, I won't be able to do it in time, but if I stop that and then I whack at it a bunch, I can fling it off in another direction. Wait on that one too. Okay. Yeah, here we go. So I'll need that. That's not right. There we go. Go in a particular direction. Nope. Okay, so and then when that releases, all that energy goes back into it. Boom! And away it goes. And there we go. Just a little bit left, and we will end tonight with me sailing off the island.
Ho!
Finally, time for me to tell you everything. But first, let me ask you to do some more shit for me. Okay. So he's talking about like where the two lines intersect. Any guesses on where that's gonna be? That's right, right there. Oh look, there he is. Ha, that's funny. Okay, what's the closest one? Can I actually teleport to that thing? No. There's a Korok back here. Do I remember how to find it? Guess that'll be a no. Or maybe I have to fly off the island first before I can find him. Okay. That might have been foolish. Get on this rock. Problem about starting a new file in this game is that you're used to being able to do that kind of stuff because you've got stamina for days. And items to make you go faster. So this is there's different ones later, but this is where you turn in your little orbs. Yep, so you can do either a little tiny piece of stamina or you can get a full heart. Gonna start on stamina. And then there's a feller that you find down the road that'll actually let you undo this, so I can convert my stamina into hearts and just kind of flip-flop. So what I'll usually do is just build stamina until I have 13 hearts worth of stamina. Actually, that'll be, let's see, 1, 2. So I think it's 40 shrines to cap. Yeah, because there's 10 pieces of stamina, 4 per. Yeah, so after you do 40 shrines, so 36 more, then you're capped on stamina, which you could have turned into 10 hearts, at which point you can just dump them all back into hearts and go back down to your 1 wheel of stamina, pull out the Master Sword, and away you go. Okay. Let's go get them. See, what I was trying to explain before with those temporary ones, if I had consumed some food that gave me a temporary quarter like that, notice, so it's gone already. Gone. I don't get it anymore. It wouldn't regenerate after that. Versus a heart, which doesn't really, like, you're not going to lose them as quickly, but also you don't need them to regenerate.
Well done there, young one. Now then, The time has come to show you who I truly am. I was King Rome Bosphoramos Hyrule. I was the last leader of Hyrule. A kingdom which no longer exists. The Great Calamity was merciless. It devastated everything in its path, a century ago. It was then that my life was taken away from me. And since that time, here I have remained in spirit form. I did not think it wise to overwhelm you while your memory was still fragile. So rather than that, I thought it best to assume a temporary form. Forgive me. I think you are now ready. Ready to hear what happened 100 years ago. To know Calamity Ganon's true form, one must know the story from an age-long past. The Demon King was born into this kingdom, but his transformation into malice created the horror you see now. Stories of Ganon were passed from generation to generation in the form of legends and fairy tales. But there was also a prophecy. The signs of a resurrection of Calamity Ganon are clear, and the power to oppose it lies dormant beneath the ground. We decided to heed the prophecy and began excavating large areas of land. It wasn't long before we discovered several ancient relics made by the hands of our distant ancestors. These relics, the divine beasts, were giant machines piloted by warriors. We also found the Guardians, an army of mechanical soldiers who fought autonomously. This coincided with ancient legends, oft repeated throughout our land. We also learned of a princess with a sacred power, and her appointed knight, chosen by the sword that seals the darkness. It was they who sealed Ganon away using the power of these ancient relics. 100 years ago, there was a princess set to inherit a sacred power and a skilled knight at her side. It was clear that we must follow our ancestors' path. We selected 4 skilled individuals from across Hyrule and tasked them with the duty of piloting the divine beasts. With the princess as their commander, we dubbed these pilots champions, a name that would solidify their unique bond. The princess, her appointed knight, and the rest of the champions were on the brink of sealing away Ganon. But nay. Ganon was cunning, and he responded with a plan beyond our imagining. He appeared from deep below Hyrule Castle, seized control of the Guardians and the divine beasts, and turned them against us. The champions lost their lives, those residing in the castle as well. The appointed knight, gravely wounded, collapsed while defending the princess. And thus, the kingdom of Hyrule was devastated absolutely by Calamity Ganon. However, the princess survived to face Ganon alone.
Link, you are our final hope. The fate of Hyrule rests with you.
That princess was my own daughter, my dear Zelda. And the courageous knight who protected her right up to the very end. That night was none other than you, Link. You fought valiantly when your fate took an unfortunate turn. And then, you were taken to the Shrine of Resurrection. Here you now stand, revitalized 100 years later. The words of guidance you have been hearing since your awakening are from Princess Zelda herself. Even now, as she works to restrain Ganon from within Hyrule Castle, she calls out for your help. However, my daughter's power will soon be exhausted. Once that happens, Ganon will freely regenerate himself, and nothing will stop him from consuming our land. Considering that I could not save my own kingdom, I have no right to ask this of you, Link. But I am powerless here. You must save her, my daughter, and do whatever it takes to annihilate Ganon. Somehow, Ganon has maintained control over all 4 divine beasts, as well as those guardians swarming around Hyrule Castle. I believe it would be quite reckless for you to head directly to the castle at this point. I suggest that you make your way east out to one of the villages in the wilderness. Follow the road out to Kakariko Village. There you will find the Elder Impa. She will tell you more about the path that lies ahead. Consult the map on your Sheikah slate for the precise location of Kakariko Village. Make your way past the twin summits of the dueling peaks. From there, follow the road as it proceeds north.
And there we go, and now we get the paraglider. I hadn't actually completed the Great Plateau in a while, so I forgot that story was at the end. I'm glad you guys got to see that. Certainly a better explanation of the story than what I gave. So he even mentioned, like, yeah, you could go straight to the castle, but that'd be kind of dumb. But we absolutely can. We could, at this point, now that we've got that glider, we can go to the castle right now and face Ganon. Absolutely possible. We could do it. And it's even possible to beat him. Don't want to do this quite yet. So I'm going to climb down. Oh, you know what? No, let's teleport. Okay. Then, of course, the other option that we have is to, aside from going straight to the castle and probably dying, is to go through the game as, you know, ideally intended. And we can do so by going through that mountain over there to Kakariko Village. Just finding a good spot to take off from. I think here will do nicely. Alright, here we go. Whee! Bye, Great Plateau. And we've made it. The world is our oyster. At this point, we can go do anything in the game that we want. Including staying away from that huge thing. Jesus Christ. What an absolute unit. Oh, does he see me? Someone else see me? Yep. Since I'm actually quite enjoying myself, we're gonna go to Kakariko Village. Oh, it's one of you turds. I mean, we can do this if you want. Also, no guarantees, but it's a safe bet that next week for my solo streams, we'll be doing more of this. Holy crap! On guard. They don't want any more. Certainly not doing an entire playthrough of this game, but I think it's a safe bet that next week for my stream, we'll be right back here. God, there's a lot of this. Do a shrine on our way. What time are we at? 9. We will activate it, but we won't do it. Actually, how much further is this? Yeah, we'll keep going. We can teleport right back there now. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking we should just do more of this, because there's so much of this game to see, and I can't show all of it to you, of course. Nor do I really have the patience to do another full game playthrough, and this is a much longer game than Fire Emblem. Like an extra 200-300 hours longer. So that ain't gonna happen. But I think another couple sessions would be kind of fun. So eerie. How many are there? Jeez. Tell you the last thing now? Jeez. I also like that we're absolutely not skipping. Let's have a. Yeah, we should. God, I don't have the stamina to get up there. That is, I believe, a rare item up there that one of the dragons drops. not the waypoint that I'm going to. Come on, jump back up. Oh, balls. Well, I wish that had gone differently. That did not do much to him. Damn it. That's what happens when you play with fire. Alright, well, at least it didn't put me too far back. This is all DLC shit that's coming on the screen here. Okay. I get it. There's a lot of side quests available. Shut up. Don't care. Well, that's a hideout. There's gonna be a ton of them in there. And there. Oh, great. Let's climb this, unlock some map. That was close. All right. Okay, so that, yeah, I gotcha. Shut that off. Okay, so that long distance that we walked, that was here to here. And once again, here's the map. So there's a lot to this. Now we're gonna jump off. Oh yeah. And the landscape is just littered with just random side shit to do, like how many times we've gotten distracted on the way here. Shit. I want this. This. It's gonna break right away, but and the locations too are also just so different. Like the first area we're probably gonna go to is a big water area. There's a fire area, there's a sky area, there's a desert, there's a jungle. Bird. Ooh, I'm out of arrows. That is tragic. Okay, don't have a lot to work with. Spin to win. That worked pretty good. Wrecked that guy's day. Way to go, Sledgehammer. Oh, give me arrows. Um, this. Oh, I like spears. Or did I say we were going to go to Kakariko? That was a damn lie. We're going to go here. Yeah, we're just about done here, too. I meant this place, but this is not Kakariko. Kakariko's up there farther. But we're just going to get to this little inn here, and we're going to go ahead and set up camp, call it a day, and we'll pick this up again next week. So it's been awesome, friends. Thanks, Atlas, for stopping by. Thanks, everybody else that was watching. Appreciate all of you. Hope you have a good week. Have a happy Thanksgiving. And we'll see you next Monday right back here at 6:30 p.m. for more Breath of the Wild, probably. Yeah, then we'll proceed with Buds and Arms as usual on Tuesday and Friday. Cool. That's all for me. See you guys later.